CTV. Most Canadians back Invocation of Emergencies Act during Freedom Convoy protests. Nanos.
Here it is. Source. Nanos Research. RDD. Dual frame. RDD dual frame hybrid telephone and online random survey. So what is an RDD? RDD dual frame, which means land and cell lines. That's what it means. Land. So when they say hybrid or dual frame, they're saying landlines and cell lines so that they can get older people, right, who only have landlines, I guess. I mean, I think most older people today even have cell
So they
phones.
call you up?
RDD.
Everything's an acronym in Canada. That is one thing I've noticed.
Okay, so RDD is random digit dialing. That's what it is. RDD, random digital dialing. So you got a little number generator. You can write a little bit of code to do this very quickly, a couple minutes, and basically pull out numbers, random digit dialing. So that's what they're saying. Okay, so what they do is, they'll pull an area code 416 or 613 or 905, 205, whatever area code, and then just, generate those next 6 digits. Sorry, not 6 digits, 7 digits to build a 10-digit number. And then to dial. You see, I'm thinking like a programmer now. Okay, so that's RDD. That's a random digital dialing. Dual frame meaning landline and cell phone. Hybrid meaning telephone and online random survey. Now, we don't know which percentage of which numbers of which, but in total, the samples collected, N means the number of samples collected, N equals 1,025, right? I want to see something here where they called. Okay, where they did this random digit dialing, where they generated these numbers from. Atlantic, they had 98 people they called from Eastern Canada, Atlantic. Quebec, 239 people. Well, look how they're doing this. I mean, come on, this is pretty straightforward right here. We're going to call 239 people in Quebec, 325 people in Ontario. And then they just say the prairies, 206. And then BC, more and more I speak to people from the BC. BC, I get that BC is very, very woke. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I hear that a lot now. That BC... So BC, Ontario, and Quebec are pretty much, and Atlantic Canada, I would say probably too. And then you got 206 people that you call in the prairies, right, which is going to be, I guess, Manitoba, Alberta, Saskatchewan. And we're just going to say, hey, you know what? 200 out of 1,000 people, which means 20%. That's what it means, right? 206 out of 1,025. 20% of the population that they're going to dial randomly. But you can generate these numbers, right, just simply by saying, okay, well, what about Ontario? What are you calling in Ontario? You're using 416 and 613 numbers, downtown Toronto numbers? I got a 416. I used to live there, and I kept my number. Quebec, you're calling 514 numbers in Montreal Island? Are you calling the outskirts? Where are you dialing? Where are you calling? As usual, I'm just kind of pointing a little bit here. I don't want to spend much, more time than that, but I'm just sort of pointing out how these numbers can be, rejiggered. You can get whatever you want from polling if you play that game. Can we say hand-picked, says Bon Pearl. Yeah, no, only Vancouver, says Aetherios. Only Vancouver. All right, there you go. So not the island, but Vancouver itself. Maybe Victoria? I don't know. You tell me. Okay. So is Ontario hell here too, says I didn't do it. Yeah. Well, on CTV polls, I saw 75% were against it in online polls. Yes, in online polls. I remember seeing that too. So CTV reports it like they show the graphic, right? They're not going to talk about the rest. They're not going to show how many people were called in Atlantic Canada, how many people were called in what they're calling the prairies, not breaking it down any further. Did they call cities? Here it is. Individuals randomly call using random digit dialing with a maximum of 5 callbacks. I feel like it's very easy to get any answer you want by simply playing with area codes. Am I nuts here? Am I losing my mind here? Am I kind of going down the...
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can absolutely skewer it that way. I mean, this headline is what does it for me. It says most Canadians. There were 1,000 people polled. Most Canadians. How can you even say that? That's completely fake news.
That's right. And we got this now, right? So this is their online poll that they posted on November 25th from CTV News. What does it say
Which
here?
is completely opposite. It's completely opposite of what they're claiming with this new poll.
Right.
Funny.
78% say no, that it wasn't necessary to invoke the Emergencies Act in February. And here the total number of votes are 22,800 approximately.
A little bit more of a pool to draw from.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so a little bit different right there, depending where you draw from, and even online polls. I'm sorry, I don't trust online polls either, because people can, as a programmer, I know what you are able to do here. That people can vote multiple times. You got to set up IP blocks. Then if you have IP blocks, you can change them. If you got to set up, different cookies and stuff on your phone to make sure that, it's very difficult to do, which is why personally, as a programmer, I don't have any kind of faith in electronic voting. You know what I mean? It's just not something that I believe.
Yeah, it's hard to get real numbers.
It really is, man. It really is. It just doesn't work. And I'm going to leave you this.
Oh my goodness.
That's right, because it's Monday, and I want you to have a great day. So we're going to leave you right here with this image. A big hail to the chat. Hail, brethren. Thank you for being here. Just remember to show your smile out there. Show people you're happy. Show people you're smiling. All right, and be sure to check out WCFreedom.com and crash the system, crashwc.com. We're going to go more into that, I think, in the next show.
That is definitely scary. That's a scary picture. I cannot believe that they even exist. So, yeah, no one wants to see that.
I disagree, and I'm going to respectfully disagree with you there. Totally respect.
I'm with Gat.
Hail the chat. Hail, brethren. Catch you on Thursday, same time, same place. 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Hail, brethren. Thank you. Go to WCFreedom.com and stay connected. Every Monday and Thursday, catch our morning show live at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Why not get your day going with the latest in freedom news with the war campaign and the chat? Let's bring back those old school virtues that served our glorious civilization for so long. H for honor, A for accountability, I for integrity, and L for loyalty. Hail, brethren, and hail freedom!